Hey guys, today let's see end-to-end CICD pipeline. So here we are going to deploy an Hotstar clone application today. Okay, so the tools which we are going to see are Jenkins, SonarQube, and NodeJS, OSWAP, Docker, Trivy, ArgoCD, and Kubernetes for the deployment of the application. Okay, so let's get started. So we have the code in the repo here, so you can use the same code and AWS console is open. Let's go ahead and install instances. Okay, just go to EC2 and I will create two instances, one for Jenkins and one for SonarQube, and we can use the same instance for different things. Okay, and we can use Minikube cluster to deploy the Kubernetes. Also, we can deploy it on the Docker and let's see whether it works as well. Okay, so we will create instance. Can select Ubuntu T2 medium. I'll create a key pair. Okay, if you have any, okay, we don't have any. Let's create one. And the storage, I will keep it as 30. And then I will launch instance. I'll create one more. This is for Sonar. Just keep it as T2 medium. Select the key pair. And here I will select the existing security group. Okay, so this is the one which we created now. So just select that one. And storage, you can keep it as 15. Launch instance. Okay, so we have created two instances. Now let's go ahead and install the tools required. Okay, so let's open Jenkins one, connect. Okay, let it connect. So if you come here, so this is the DevOps docs page. Okay, so what you guys can do, you can just click on the star so that whatever changes I make in this DevOps doc, it will be updated. Okay, in case if you are forking, the future changes which I make, it will not be updated in your repo. Okay, just try to click on start so that I will get latest code. So if you come here, let's try to install Jenkins. Okay, so we have a script here which will install Java, Jenkins, and Docker. Just select this one. Okay, I will just copy and instance is open, right? Okay, so let's create a file here. Okay, Jenkins.sh. So what it will do? It will install Jenkins and it will install Docker and it will also try to install OpenJDK 17. Okay. Just give the execute permission. Okay, it will try to install. Meanwhile, let's try to open other instance as well. Okay, this is also open. Here actually we need Docker because we are going to install SonarQube on Docker. We can copy same script. I will just paste the same script and I will remove unwanted things. I will just remove the things related to Jenkins. Okay, so it will automatically install Docker as well. Okay, Remaining things let it be, and these are Java and update. I will just give the permission. Okay, let it install. Okay, this is ready, I guess. Let's check. Sys- systemctl status Jenkins. So Jenkins is up and running. Okay, and if you see, these the credentials. Okay, so let's try to log in Jenkins. So we can use the. Okay, meanwhile, let's check Java as well. Java hyphen version. Okay, so OpenJDK 17 is installed. Then we can check Docker whether it is working fine. Yeah, it is working fine. And then we can also try to add Docker user into Jenkins. Okay, so in case if you want to add it into Jenkins, so the command is sudo user mode, sudo user mode hyphen ag, and then you have to give Docker and Jenkins. Okay, so it will just add the Jenkins user into Docker, and then we have to restart the Jenkins. Okay, so to restart, sudo systemctl restart. Okay, so let it restart. Meanwhile, you can check this one. So Docker ps. Okay, so Docker is running here as well, and then okay, so we have to edit the security group. Okay, so come to security group, because we will be using different tools, right? So those will be working on different port numbers. Just come here, and then in inbound rules, edit inbound rule, add rule. Okay, and then we can give the range from 3000 to 10,000, because most of the ports will be in this range. So in production you shouldn't do this one, just for practice you can do. In production you have to give each and every port number separately. Okay, just save this one. Okay, so we have configured the security group as well, and we have used same security group for both instances. Okay, so editing it one place is enough. So this done. So just copy the public IP. Okay, and the default port number for Jenkins is 8080. Okay, open this one. Okay, so if you come here, so this is the credential. Okay, you can go to the path which is displayed here. You can go to this path and cat, so that you will get. Otherwise, you can just copy from there. Okay, we can install all the suggested plugins. So meanwhile, let's come to here. So here, let's try to run SonarQube as a Docker image. Okay, so to run, we have Docker run -d, and then name is SonarQube. Okay, and then port, the default port for SonarQube is 9000. Okay, and then you have to give the image. We are using community version. Okay, LTS community. LTS means long term support. Okay, so they are stable, so we can use the same one. Okay, so just enter. It is downloading. Okay, here in Jenkins we can just give the username, password. Okay, just save it. Okay, save and finish. Okay, so Jenkins is ready. Now let's go to this instance. So even SonarQube is ready, I guess. So do Docker ps. So it is up and running. Okay, just come to this IP address, and port number is 1990. Oh, sorry, it's 9000. Okay, it's also loading. Okay, so the default password is admin. Okay, login. Okay, you can give the old password admin, and then you can give the new password. Okay, update. Okay, the SonarQube is up and running. So now let's go ahead and configure Jenkins. Okay, so first go to manage Jenkins. So we can go ahead and install all the required plugins. Okay, just go to the plugins, available plugins. So we need Java, right? So we can go for Eclipse. So Eclipse Terrain installer. So it will have the Java, and then we want Docker. So select Docker comes, Docker pipeline, Docker API, and then we need Node.js. We can select Node. Yeah, Node.js is there. Then we are going to use SonarQube. Okay, so let's SonarQube scanner. Um, and then we are going to install OSWAP, right? So just select that one. Os- Yeah, OSWAP dependency check. Okay, just select this one as well. The track. Okay, that's it. So we are installing Java, Docker, and then Node.js, SonarQube, and OSAP. And then we can install Vue for pipeline view. Okay, just click on install. Okay, also we need Docker Hub to push the Docker images. Just select Docker Hub, just log in. Okay, so mine it has already logged in. So the username is this one. Okay, you can use that and create the credentials. Okay, just go to manage Jenkins. Also here in SonarQube, come to this admin section, my account, and then click on security. Okay, here you can create a token. Okay, I will just create a token as test, and then global, and then generate. Okay, this is required for creating the secret for SonarQube. Just paste this one here, and then you can come to manage Jenkins, and under security we have credentials. Select this one. So we can try to create credentials for SonarQube, and then we can create for Docker Hub as well. Add credentials. So first one, let's do it for SonarQube. It is like secret text, right? The one which we copied here. Just select secret text, and then the text. This is the text. Just paste it, and then description we can give it as Sonar. Okay, create. And similarly, we can create credentials for Docker. It will be username, password. Username, mine I'm giving. Okay, and then password. The password which you use to log into Docker Hub. Okay, and then in description we can give as Docker. Create. So the credentials are created. Now let's go to manage Jenkins. Under system, we have to configure the SonarQube server. Okay, so we have already set up the SonarQube server, right? Just go there, and we can set up the server. So we already have Jenkins server configured here. So come here. So we have SonarQube servers. Okay, click on add SonarQube, and then you can give the name as SonarQube. Okay, give the name as SonarQube and the IP address. So it is running on this IP, right? Just copy this one. Okay, and then authentication token. So we have created the secret. Just select that one. Okay, and then save. Okay, so also we can configure webhook for SonarQube as well. Okay, come here, and then if you go to project and administration, so under configuration we have something called webhooks. Okay, just select that webhooks. Okay, create a webhook, and then I will just give it as Jenkins webhook. Okay, and then URL, you have to provide the URL of Jenkins. Just copy this one, and then you can paste it here. Okay, and at last actually you have to provide SonarQube webhook. Okay, so if you provide it as a SonarQube dash webhook, so it will start working. Okay, so just create. Okay, so we have created the webhook as well. Then we can go ahead and install the tools. Okay, so click on manage Jenkins tools. Okay, so we have to configure Java. So come, you can give name as JDK, and then install automatically. You can select from adopt him. Okay, select adopt him, and then guys, you need to select JDK 17. Otherwise you will face issues with other tools. Okay, just select JDK 17, and then git, let it be default. And here SonarQube for MS build, you shouldn't select this one. This is for Microsoft based applications like .NET or something. You have to select SonarQube installations here. Okay, add SonarQube. You can add as Sonar Scanner. Okay, we are going to install the scanner, right? So give it as Sonar Scanner, and then it has automatically selected the version. Okay, and then Maven is not required because here we are going to use Node.js. You can give name as Node. Okay, and then it has automatically selected the version, let it be. And then dependency check, this is for OSWAP. Just give the name as DC dependency check, and then install automatically. And here you can, sorry, cancel this one. Add installer, you can select from install from github.com. Okay, just select that one, and then it has automatically selected the version. Okay, let it be. And Docker, okay, we can give the name as Docker. Okay, and then install automatically. Here you can select download from docker.com. Okay, and then latest, we can have the latest version and save. Okay, so we have configured most of the tools, and then we have configured the SonarQube as well, and we have configured the webhooks for that, and then we have installed all the required tools. Okay, so we have installed Jenkins, SonarQube, Node.js, we have configured OSWAP, Docker, Trivy, and then ArgoCD. This we can see. So Trivy, we have forgot this one. Let's try to install this Trivy as well. Okay, so come to this instance of Jenkins. Okay, so here in the DevOps docs, go to Trivy installation. Just we have the steps. Okay, you guys can just copy this one. Go here, paste it. So you follow each and every step. That will be it. Guys, if you like the video, please like and subscribe to the channel. Okay, just go with next step. Paste. Sudo apt get update. Sudo apt get install Trivy. Okay, so Trivy is installed. Let's check the version. Okay, so 0.58.1 is installed. Okay, now let's go to this instance. Okay, now let's try to configure the end-to-end CI/CD pipeline. So just come to dashboard. Okay, create a job. I'll give the name as Hotstar. Okay, and then select pipeline. Okay, so select hello world sample script. So first step is to check out the Git. Okay, so let's do Git checkout. Okay, and you can open a new tab with this pipeline syntax. Okay, just select that one, and then you can go to Git. Okay, and then this is the code. Okay, just click on code. I'll just give this in description. You can use the same one. So come to repository URL, and then branch. Here it is selecting master as default. If you come here, that is main. Okay, you have to take care of that one. You have to give it as main. Okay, and the credentials are not required. Generate a pipeline. Okay, just copy this one. Just give it in the steps. Okay, so we have given the steps, and then we have to configure the tools as well, right? So agent is any, and then come to tools. So in tools we have configured JDK. Okay, JDK, and the name we have given as JDK. It is in the tools section. And then what else we have configured? We have configured Node.js, right? Node.js, and then we have given the name as Node. Duplicate. If we come to manage Jenkins tools, so for JDK we have given the name as JDK, and for Node.js, yeah, if you see Node.js, we have given the node name as Node. Okay, that's why we are using JDK as JDK and Node.js as Node. Okay, that's how we configure. So once this is done, we can create the next stage. Copy. So we can do SonarQube analysis. Okay, let's remove this one. And then if you go to this pipeline syntax, just select with SonarQube environment. Okay, just select this one, and then you can select the credentials and generate a pipeline. Okay, so this is the one. Just copy this. So we have to give it under this one. Just give tab. Okay, just remove this one. We can use this one, otherwise we can directly use the server name as well. So if we come to here, manage Jenkins system. So we have given the name as SonarQube, right? So we have defined the credentials as well. So we can use this name as well. Okay, come to this pipeline. Give the name as SonarQube. Okay, we have given Q as capital, right? Yeah. So we can just give that in such a way. And then actually we have to pass in the shell script. Like we have to pass in the commands of SonarQube. So we have to define project key and source and version. Okay. So first, before that, we have to define the environment variable for SonarQube. Okay. So let's come here and create an environment. Environment. Okay. So we have to define the scanner home. So we have given the name as Sonar Scanner. Okay. So that is the tool which we have installed for SonarQube in the tools section. So just to give Sonar home, and then under the tool we have to give Sonar Scanner. Okay, that's it. So if we come here, so here we have to pass in the variable Sonar home. Okay. Okay. So by default, all the applications it will be in the bin location, and we have Sonar Scanner. Okay. Then we have to define the project. Project name. Okay, so we can give the project name as Hotstar. Okay, and then we have to define the project key. Dot project key. We can give that as well as Hotstar, and then we have to give the version, like which version of our software. Sonar dot project version. Okay, we can give it as 1.0 -d. We have to give the source of code. Okay, so that's it. So why we give this project name, project key, version, everything? So if we come to SonarQube under projects, so when we are creating a GitHub, right, GitHub project, so we have to give the project names. Okay, so whenever we create any of the project, we have to give the project name manually. So if you see here, we have to give the project name. Okay, and then we have to give the project key, and then branches, like here, instead of giving it here, so we are directly passing it there. So we are going to create the display name as Hotstar and key as Hotstar. Okay, and then this is the and next steps which we defined here. One is for version, like which version we are using, and D sonar sources, like where the code is, like we have to scan the entire code, right? So we are passing it as dot. Okay, so we have defined everything. Let's save it. Okay, now let's try to run the pipeline. Okay, it is loaded. Okay, git checkout is in progress. Okay, so it has started SonarQube analysis. Let's wait for it to complete. Okay, so the pipeline is successful. Let's come here. So if you see, declarative tools install. So tools have installed, git checkout has happened, and SonarQube analysis have happened. Okay, and if you see here, SonarQube quality gate, it has passed. Okay, now let's come to SonarQube. Go to projects. If you see, the ArtStar project is there. Okay, so if you see, we have two code smells here. Okay, and one bug is there. Let's open this one. Okay, so you can just click on this one. So it is showing like there are some 28 hidden components. Because of that, it was showing that one rating as C. Just come to projects, and then code smells. We have code smells as well. So if you come here, we have this code smells. Okay, just select this one. Okay, so there are no issues. That's why it has passed. Okay, so if you see like this, you will get the report. In case if you have any errors, it will be in failed state. And then in case of any vulnerabilities like security vulnerabilities, then you will see the errors here. This is just a security review. Okay, that's why it was showing. It has reviewed two security components. In case if you have any vulnerabilities and more bugs, it will fail. Okay, then again you have to send it to the developers to fix those things. Okay. Okay, so next step. Okay, so next is Node.js. Okay, so we have to install the dependencies for Node.js application, and then we have to install for OSWAP. Okay, so let's go ahead, go to pipeline, configure. Just I will just copy this stage again. I'll just copy this stage. I'll just zoom a bit. Okay, so yeah, so here you can paste it. So Node.js dependencies. Okay, so we have to pass in. So Node.js application as command like npm install. Okay, npm install. It is for installing Node package manager. Okay, so once this is done, just paste it here. So now we can install OSWAP dependencies. OSWAP dependency. Dependency scan. Okay, so if you come to this pipeline here, we will have something called dependency. Okay, so dependency check. Okay, just select that one. Okay, let me refresh this page. Okay, let's select dependency check. Okay, so the name which we have given is DC. This we have defined it in the tools section. Come to tools. So if you see here in the, we have given the name as DC, right? That's why it is coming as DC. Okay, and then generate pipeline. Just copy this one. Okay, you can come to these steps. Okay, and then you can paste it. And then we have to do the scan of dependency check, right? So we have to pass hyphen hyphen scan. Okay, hyphen hyphen scan, and then we have to scan entire path. Okay, so we can just give this one, and then od installation dc. Okay, and then we have to get the report, right? We have to get the report in certain format. Okay, so to do that one, just come here. We have installed one more thing like dependency check publisher. Okay, so here we can give the format of xml. Okay, in which format we want, we can give. So let's give it as star star slash dependency report dot xml. So we need the output in .xml format. Okay, you can just skip those things and you can just generate. Okay, so just copy this one. So we will get the report as dependency report .xml. Okay, just copy and paste it in the pipeline. Okay, so we have configured Node.js dependencies, and then we have configured OSWAP, and then we are just scanning it, and we are getting the report in .xml format. Okay, so let's save this one and build the pipeline. Console output. So actually, this dependency check for OSWAP will take more time. Okay, so we have to wait for some 5 minutes, I guess. So it has started. So totally we have like 2,76,000 records. So let's wait. Okay. It is still scanning. So meanwhile, let's try to set up minikube cluster with ArgoCD. Okay. So come to security. Okay, EC2. Let's create a new instance. Okay, I will just launch the instance. Just select this one, connect. So if we come to the docs, under Kubernetes, we will have ArgoCD and Minikube. Okay, just copy these things. Okay. Okay, sudo apt update. That is this one. Okay, maybe it was still loading. Let's go there. Connect again. Okay, so let's do sudo apt update. So let's install the dependencies for Minikube. Let's update the dependencies. Then let's try to install Docker. Okay. Then we can add the user with sudo. Let's come here. Yes. Paste it. Okay. And virtualization support is not required. And then download Minikube binary. Minikube version just to check. So Minikube. Okay. So we have not installed, right? So we have to install Minikube. Okay. Minikube version. So Minikube 1.34 is installed. Okay. So we can install kubectl as well. Just download this one, paste it. Okay, it has downloaded. Now let's try to install. Okay, now let's check the version of kubectl. Paste. Okay, so the kubectl is installed. So now let's go ahead and install, start the Minikube. Okay, so let's start it with the Docker. Okay, so it started downloading. So it is installing Kubernetes version 1.31. Okay, so the Minikube is installed. Let's check the Minikube status. So it is running. Okay, let's check kubectl get pods. Okay, so no resources. So it is working fine. Okay, just I'll clear. Mm. Now let's go ahead and install ArgoCD. So we're creating a namespace called ArgoCD. Okay, it is slow. Okay, so ArgoCD namespace is created. Now let's go ahead and install ArgoCD. Okay, so it's installing all the files. of ArgoCD. Now let's go ahead and verify. So it will display all the services, deployments, parts, everything. So all the replica sets are working. So deployments, it is at, still it is in progress, and the parts also it is still in progress. Okay, still it is creating. Okay, this also taking time. Okay, let's wait for this to complete. So all the parts and services, deployments, so replica sets, everything is in the running state. Okay, now to access this one, we have to expose this one. Okay, so just use this command. So what we are doing, so actually we are doing port forward. Okay, we are doing the port forward of the service ArgoCD server. Okay, so we have this service called ArgoCD server. We are just doing port forward so that we will be able to access it. Okay, so service ArgoCD server. So if you come here, so this is the service ArgoCD server service. So just we are exposing this one. Okay, paste it. So we have already used port 8080 for Jenkins. So I will be using a different port 9111, and then I will be running it in background. Okay, I'll just pass an ampersand symbol, enter. Okay, so it has port forwarded. Now let's go to this IP address, then 9111, advanced, proceed. So ArgoCD is installed successfully. So let's wait for this to complete. Okay, so that we can proceed with the next steps of creating Docker images and doing the Trivy scans. Okay, okay, ArgoCD is also loaded. So the username is admin and the password we can get from this place. Okay, just you can use this command so that you will get the password. Okay, just copy it and paste it here, paste it here. So before Ubuntu, okay, we have Ubuntu name as well. That is the username. Just before that you can copy, okay, and then you can just paste it, sign in. So we are able to log into this one. Okay, okay, guys. So actually it took a very long time, like almost like 45 minutes. So you guys can go ahead with large instance for this Jenkins instance. Okay. So also it is shown as unstable. Okay. So console output. So actually few dependencies were missing. Okay. So because of this warning, I guess. Okay. So we can add disable yarn audit. Okay. So that it will build successfully. Come to configure. Okay, so here after scan you can disable yeah, an audit. Okay, also you can disable node audit. Okay, okay, I'll just save this one. It is showing some error. 1 second. Okay, yeah, it's fine. Okay, so now let's go ahead with the next step. So we have configured the Trivy, right? So now let's go ahead and configure. And guys, this OSWAP it will run for long time only for the first time. Like when you run it for the second time, it will be faster. Okay. For safer side, you can go ahead with T2 large when you try to install this one. Okay. So I will just copy this stage. Now let's do Trivy scan. Okay. So now let's do Trivy scan for file system. Okay. So it will check all the dependencies, everything. So before it is going to build the Docker image. Okay. So just come here and do file system scan. Trivy file system scan. Okay. So we have to pass the command inside scripts. Okay. We can open close brace. So Trivy commands it should be passed in shell scripting. So the command is Trivy, okay, and then we have to do fs um, for a file system scan, and then we have to scan for severities like high and critical, high and critical applications, okay, and we have to scan the entire code base, right? So that is the thing, and then in which format we have to get format, we have to get it in a table format, and then output. Okay, we have to get the output of the scan, right? So we can get it as text file trivy-fs dot txt. Okay, so that we will get the report in file system in .txt format. Okay, so that's it. So just come here. So let's create a next stage. So we can create the stage for Docker build and push. Okay, Docker build and push. Okay, so we have to pass this also in script. Okay, so now let's come here. Let's refresh once. Okay, so we can come and if you see we have something called with the Docker registry. Okay, just select this one and no need of providing this Docker registry. Anyway, it will take Docker hub and the credentials. You have to give the credentials and Docker installation. It is Docker. Okay, and generate pipeline. So just copy this one. Okay, and then paste it. Just do tab and remove this block. Okay, and if you see we have credential id and docker tool name as docker. Now we know the commands. Okay, so for docker to build, actually we have to pass in the command as docker build, and then we have to pass the tag, right? Tag, so we can give the tag as Hotstar, and then we have to provide dot. Okay, so the docker it will build the image. So now we have to create a repository. Okay, so I have the docker hub here. Just come to repositories and click on repository, create repository. So I will give the name as Hotstar. Okay, create, and then when we do the push, actually we have to use this tag, correct? So let's copy this one, and then we can write the next step. Okay, so here we can tag the we have the Hotstar image, right? We have to tag it based on that repo. Okay, so we can do Docker tag, and then the image which we will get is Hotstar, right? So give it as Hotstar. Okay, and then what is the repo name? Repo name is, this is the repo name. Just copy and paste it here. Okay, and then we have to give the tag. Tag is, let's give it as latest. Okay, so it will tag the Hotstar image as gashok13193 slash hotstar slash latest. Okay, and then this is the version, latest is the version. Okay, so once the Docker is tagged, we have to push it to the Docker hub. Okay, so what is the command? Docker push, Docker push, and then let's give the full path, repo name plus tag. Copy, paste it. Okay, so what will happen? So it will scan for the file system. Okay, here some error is there. Okay, here we have closed it. Here we have to just remove this one. Okay, okay, that should be fine. So here we are doing the Trivy file system scan. So it will give the output in this format, .txt format, and then we are doing the Docker build and push. Okay, so that it will push. Just save it. Build now. So this time also dependency scan will be faster. Let's see. Okay, so this time it was faster. It has completed. Okay, let's wait for it to complete. Okay, it has failed due to some error. Let's try to troubleshoot that one. Okay, it was not able to find the dependency check report. Okay, let's check that one. Okay, it was looking for the name as dependency check report. Okay, so that is the issue. Let's save this one and run again. Okay, it is building the image. Login succeeded. Okay, so it is copying the code in this stage. So it has tagged and it is trying to push the Docker image to this repo. Okay, so it is pushed. Let's wait for it to complete. Let's go to this Docker hub. Let's try to refresh. Okay, still it is pushing. Let's check. Okay, so it has finished successfully. Okay, let's come and check once more here. So if you see, the image is pushed, so it is available now. Okay, under Hotstar. Now let's come to this pipeline. So it has successfully checked, and if you see here, we are seeing the dependency check trend. Okay, and then this time it took just 3 minutes. Okay, before it took like 45 minutes, right? Now this it took just 3 minutes. And if we come here, so we have the dependency check tab here. Okay, just you can right click and open it. So see, if you see, we have all these checks, dependency checks which has happened. So this is the report which we got, and okay, so let's close this one. So even SonarQube is passed. Now what we can do now, we have built and we have pushed the image. Okay, now let's do the next steps. Like we can go ahead and scan the image. Okay, using Trivy. So let's come here. Just I will copy this stage. Okay, I will just copy this stage. Okay, I will put the next stage here. Trivy image scan. Okay, so we have to put script. Okay, so under script we have to pass in the same commands which we have used before. Okay, so but this time, like we are not going to scan the file system, we are going to scan the image. Okay, so pass in image, and then severity it should be high and critical. And here before we have passed as code, right, for scanning the file system, like it will scan for all the dependencies and all. Here we have to scan the image, right, so we have to give the image. Okay, so this is the path, and we have to give the name, not star colon latest, that is the name, not star slash latest. Okay, not star slash latest hyphen format table, and then we can give the output as uh, instead of trivy we can give as image report. Okay. mm, okay, so that is done. Again let's scan one more step, and what we can do, we can just try to deploy. Anyway we have the image, right, we can try to deploy it on the Docker container, and we can try to access that one as well. So just come here, paste this step. We can deploy it to Docker. De Deploy to Docker, and then to deploy we can use the command docker run, docker run hyphen d hyphen name hotstar. Okay, and then we have to pass in the port name, port numbers. Let's give it as 3000. Okay, and then give the image name. Okay, docker run hyphen d name, and then port numbers, and then the image. Okay, that's it. Now let's try to run this one. Okay, it has started. Okay, let's wait it for to be completed. Okay, so it is scanning the image. Let's wait for it to complete. Okay, it has failed. Let's see what is the issue. Okay, we have given the image name wrong. Let's check once. Configure. Oh, sorry guys. We have given it as 3000. It is latest. We have given the tag wrong. Let's try to build again. Okay, so this time it has successfully deployed on the Docker container. So now let's try to access this one. So actually we can use the same port number, and then we have deployed it on port 3000, right? So let's try to access that one. So if you see, the Hotstar application is accessible. Okay, so the Hotstar application we're able to access. Okay, so currently we have deployed it on containers, right? So now let's try to deploy the same thing on Kubernetes. Okay, so anyway, we have already installed ArgoCD and Kubernetes. So now let's try to install the same thing on Kubernetes. Okay, okay, so we have the ArgoCD URL app open. So let's create a new application. Okay, create new app, and we can name it as Hotstar, and project name let it be default, and sync policy we can keep it as automatic. And then here we have to give the repository URL. Okay, so we have the code here, and then we have kept the Kubernetes deployment and services in this place, right? So just copy this URL. So just remove this thing and give the path. Okay, it is K8s. Everything is capital because we have kept it in capital, so it is like that. And destination URL Kubernetes, this one, and namespace you can give it as default. Okay, default. Okay, and yeah, we can create. Okay, so it has started creating the deployment, and the deployment is loading. Okay, now let's go here. Now let's try to check kubectl get deploy. Okay, so it is trying to create kubectl get service. Okay, so it is using node port, and it is exposed on port 31001, because if we come to service, so node port is 31001. Okay, so we have to allow this port. Copy. Okay, so we have to allow this port in security groups. Okay, so you can come here and edit inbound rule. Okay, add rule. So here we can give the port number. Okay, and from everywhere and save. Okay, so the port will be open now. Let's check. So deployment is happening. Let's check the pod. Okay, so the deployment is successfully deployed. Now let's try to access this one. Okay, and the port number is okay 31001. 31001. Enter. Okay, the application is accessible. Okay, guys. So if you see, so it is working fine. Now if you see, so actually we have done like tool installation, git checkout, SonarQube analysis, Node.js dependencies, OSAP dependency scan, Trivy FS scan, Docker build, Trivy image scan, and we have deployed to Docker, and then we have accessed the application from Docker, and then we have configured the ArgoCD application, and then we are able to access it on the port 31001. Okay. So this is the end-to-end CI/CD pipeline, guys. If you like the video, please like and subscribe to the channel. Let's see more CI/CD setups in the future classes. Okay. Thank you, guys. Bye. Have a nice day.